We're quite rurally situated. We're in a triangle between Oslo, Stockholm, Gothenburg, and relatively very remote. And that's probably the main reason this farm has attracted so much attention, is that we are driving a very high level of economy in a very small space, in a very short growing season, in the middle of nowhere. And so we're not on the edge of a city with 1 million people, and we're making it work in the middle of a rural setting, and that's what I find most impressive about it. So we are about 25 acres, and this farm is half forestry and half pasture. So we run market gardens on 1,500 square meters, which is not a very big market garden. We run about 1,200 laying hens typically, and 4,000 or 5,000 meat chickens in a year. And we were able to turn over the value, more than the value of the farm and the investments we put in the farm every single 6 months season that we run. Something that's been really interesting with our farm is we've set up quite a unique sales model that's really efficient, and the most efficient sales model I've come across, which we started off as buying clubs, mimicking what Joel Salatin in America brought about. So having our customers meet us halfway, because we're busy farming hard, and so we would have people come and meet us in the local towns. For reference, we're about 20 minutes away from a town of 5,000. So it's a village where I come from. And then our biggest selling point is Karlstad. That's about an hour's drive, 70,000 people. And we have another marketplace, a town of about 15,000 that's 45 minutes away. So that's, for context, we're pretty rural, and it's not a huge customer base, and there's not a large amount of restaurants in that area. Meat products and eggs sell throughout the year, the vegetables just in the summer months, obviously. And what's amazing is those sales points have now transitioned to a model called REKO, which is a phenomenon that came out of Finland, and it's all based on Facebook. And we've helped spread that in Sweden, and it's now spreading across Scandinavia, and some of our students are moving that to South America, South Africa, America and Canada. And it's a really cool model, so it's all based on Facebook, and we as a group of producers get together and we put a listing up, and we get all the people in the local sales area to join that group. So for example, in Karlstad, there's 70,000 people, and we're up to 10,000 members in this Facebook group. So 1 in 7 people is looking for local, well-made food, like integrity food, you could say. So you make a set of rules for the group of how you want to conduct yourself, whether it has to be certified organic or whether it just has to be local, and you decide together how to do. And each week there is a meeting at a set place, and so because we set these groups up in the local towns, we set them at the time we already did our drop-off. And what happened is we just basically exposed ourselves to everyone else's customers, so it worked really well and didn't change what we were doing. And each week you put up an advertisement, which it can be video, photos, you put your sales price, etc., how people can pay you. And here in Sweden it's a cashless society, so everyone pays with phone apps and stuff like that. But the fact that you say, I want to buy some eggs, some chickens and a vegetable box like this, the fact that you say you want that on Facebook means it's technically a contract. So this gets us around the trading laws. So we can do this in a car park in the middle of nowhere. And this runs for an hour in summer and half an hour in winter. And we're turning up, dropping 5,000 euros of products in an hour back to the farm. So it's super nice. Everyone's prepaid, and they actually pay on the spot with a payment app. And it's, yeah, it just cuts out all the job of sales. And I think a lot of people are shocked to, to start growing things and then realize that actually sales, marketing, it makes up half the job of the farmer, and it's to find efficient ways from the get-go and then be able to support others to jump into that it's been amazing. And we've seen the amount of people starting small farm businesses has risen with the growth of this sales model here, which is really fantastic. So it gives us access to in a very small catchment, we have access to a high percentage of the local people, which is really supportive. And something I would also say is like having a broad product portfolio really helps. Like when we have fresh chickens for sale in the summer, it's much easier to sell vegetables. And that seems to be a key to the success of this farm, is we have a very broad range of products that it's much easier. And I remember those words of Joel Salatin, it's much easier to find 100 customers that will spend $1,000 with you than to find 1,000 customers that will spend $100. And that's certainly my experience of running a mixed, diverse farm.